Hi, I'm Chef Raphael and welcome to my channel. Now, today's episode is really enticing because this is a recipe that I made more than 10 years ago. The first time I made it, I was actually in the US and I came up with this recipe because I had leftover meat, which was goat meat. So this recipe is all about what you can do with leftover meat, especially when it's grilled. Either you cook it in the oven or when you grill it. I have a separate how to grill video on my channel, so you can check it out. But on this recipe, you learn how to come up with this dish whereby it's mixed vegetables, the leftover meat, to create a new meat altogether, served with rice. I have a secret recipe on how to get it also right in terms of flavor. So watch till the end and learn what I use, and let's get cooking. So if you're new to the channel, you may consider subscribing. My channel is all about making you a better home cook or a home baker. Now today's recipe, the ingredients are few. It's mixed peppers, onions, and the meat. So the first thing you want to do for the vegetables is clean them and then chop them into equal sized pieces. For me, I've cut them into strips, but you can also cut them in cubes. Whatever the shape you decide to cut them, so long as they look similar. So then the first thing also now, the cooking part, we'll turn on the pan. So pan is hot, add now the amount of oil is dependent on the amount of vegetables that I'm cooking. So I'm using about 3 tablespoons of oil. It's a good tip whenever you're adding oil, always add to a hot pan. That way you actually know how much oil you have put. If you put it in a cold pan, the oil will actually be, when it gets hot, to tend to be more. So while that is getting hot, I want it to be really hot, and then I'll add all my cut vegetables. So the mixed colored peppers, also try and make them the same amount. If you have a pepper that is too big, make it into half. The amount of vegetables should also be proportional to the amount of meat. Actually, I'll add all. Vegetables are never too much. So it's a nice colorful mix of vegetables. Cook them on high heat. The idea is to brown them, to get them into a brown caramelized state. And I'll also add some salt and pepper at this point. So as the vegetables keep cooking, what will happen is that they'll actually shrink in size. That's why even they should look like they're slightly more. But the idea also is to cook them until they get a nice brown caramelized color before adding the meat. So it smells really nice. And what I'll do, I'll add the meat right now. Remember, this is leftover meat. It's probably cold. You want to get it hot. It's cooked, yes, but you also want to get it hot. So you can add it at this point. Start steaming together with the vegetables. At least get some heat. And then I'll start stirring it. So after about a minute, I'll stir the meat. Now you really want now the vegetables to get mixed together with the meat. Again, all this is on high heat. And one thing you can also do, which I like doing sometimes when I'm doing this, is add a small amount of water and then reduce the heat to steam the meat so that it cooks. And at the same time, what will happen is you'll be deglazing the pan. So a small amount of water. to deglaze the pan, whatever that may be stuck on the pan, the flavors. That water will actually help the meat to become slightly more moistened. You'll add some moisture to the meat, and most importantly, it will become extra hot. And then you may cover for about a minute. So after about a minute, remove. And then what I also have here is some cherry tomatoes. It's optional, but they make a good addition to this. So I've cut them into two. You can also use regular tomatoes, cut them into smaller pieces. And what I would say is my secret ingredient is Worcestershire sauce. It will add a nice meaty flavor, sweet flavor. And then mix. And now turn off the heat. So this is exactly what I wanted. And now I just check on one small piece. I take a taste. Taste. Awesome. This is a completely new meal. It's nyama choma, but totally different, especially when you add the Worcestershire sauce. Makes the whole difference. If you don't have it, you can skip it. Can you use soy sauce? I would say no, but if you're going to use soy sauce, because actually you can, just a small amount. And now I'm going to serve it. So there it is. Serve it with rice. I think rice goes well with this dish because, first of all, let's start with the fact that this is full. It has vegetables, it has the meat. It may look dry because it doesn't have any sauce, but with the vegetables, especially the cherry tomatoes I added at the last moment, will make it perfect. So all when serving, again, this is a way of repurposing roast meat, grilled meat. Now there you have it, fully served. Like I said, you can also have it with any other starch you prefer. Even ugali probably will go very well. You can always add more veggies. If you like greens, you can always have more greens. But that's it. It's as simple as that, and I hope you've learned something new. Again, this is a recipe that you can actually use. You can either cook the meat. This is leftover meat grilled from the grill, or whether it's a gas grill or a charcoal grill, or meat that you can cook in the oven. So the same effect, you'll still get the same results when you follow my procedure. Let me know in the comment section how yours turns out. And I'm signing out. I'm Chef Raphael, and until next time, goodbye.